Hi, my name is Joanie'S. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a monthly 2024 energies forecast. It's the first time that I'm doing this and I thought I would try it out. I believe that Spirit will offer me information regarding the highest probability of the forecast out. If this resonates, great. If it doesn't, I suggest putting it on the shelf as timelines change all the time. I thought, why not? So I hope you sit back and enjoy, and I know I will too, because I'm probably going to write it down afterwards, going month by month. So if you want to get out a pen and paper, if you want to just bookmark this afterwards, I find it fascinating, to say the least. So I'm going to be putting my Joanie aside. I'll be pulling in the highest of Christ-like consciousness, and we'll see what we get regarding the energies for the year, the upcoming year, 2024. Here we go. Okay, January. I feel that there's a slow beginning, and I see a lot of rain. There will be places where there's just such a drench. Other places, there's a little bit of humidity, but it's not as wet as other places. During January, take your time. It's a very blessed presence. It's, for many, a post-holiday refuge. It's a time of peace and settling in. I see there's a lot of no-nonsense. There are a lot of folks that will not be putting up with. Many have had fear, and they're putting down their fear. They're letting go of their fear, and they're saying, screw it, I'm done. I don't want to be afraid. And they're pushing through a lot of what they couldn't handle before. It's like unseen forces stripped away their blocks and what they couldn't handle, and they feel unburdened. So for many of you, you will feel a lightening of spirit in January. Going to see more about Jan. This is a take your time month. It is, again, slow and purposeful. Some people I see with beads of sweat, that they're really working on things diligently, and keep your approach simple. So for those of you that are complicating things, break things down and see what little gnarled knots and twists and turns you can remove from your ideas. That will streamline your approach. You will be receiving compliments more during this time. There's a lot of praise in January. Keep your head on your shoulders. Work well. For some of you, it might feel a little strange, and there might be some complications. I don't see disaster of any kind. I'm not the doom and gloom psychic. I just see complications. So for some of you, you might have some hiccups. It's okay. Take your time and work through issues. And have fun. It feels like a fun month, a good month, generally a good month. I feel heart, and I feel life. Okay, now I'm going to do February. Here we go. For some of you, you'll be talked down to. There might be some patronizing ones that come in and try and mystify you and get you confused. Use your judgment during this time. I see some challenges. I see some people having to up their game, needing to express themselves. There might be some that will try to thwart your efforts. Keep your cool. You know what you're doing. You're very clear about what you're doing. And that by having these souls in your life, it's to have you remind yourself you are protected. Nothing can come of you. You are not harmed. You are solid. You are diligent. And again, the praise from January is to remind you that you're fine. Remove those in your life that are not wishing you well, or at least be aware of them and do what you need to do to stay steady and straight on path. I'm seeing more about Feb. You'll be glad you did. So there's accomplishment. Again, I see you're removing what doesn't serve you. It might be quite obvious to you that a few things fall to the wayside and you go, ha! So for some of you, you knew that this or these things would be shed, and for others, it would be a surprise. But whatever the case, you are glad. I see you moving forward in February. I see purposeful energy. You reflect on self. Oh, I'm a decent person. I'm pretty darn good. I'm okay. And that's a lift. Keep reminding yourself if you forget. February is more directional. It feels like there's movement in February. And I'm very pleased when I go into that energy as well. Let's do March. There's that sword. I see you holding the sword of might. And there's some quick. It's quick. There are some fast things that approach you, and also fast things that come in, like downloads, quick. No hasty decisions, just quick. Sudden, they feel good to me. I see pride. Again, I see yourself saying, I'm decent, I'm pretty darn okay. I see love for some. I see moving into love. So there will be people who will find someone that they will love. There are people who are enamored by someone at this time in March. I see romance and courting in March. So if you're looking for someone, or if you are looking to deepen your relationship with someone, it's right there in March. Some of you cocoon in March and you want nothing to do with anything, and you stay away from people, places, and things, and the solitude benefits you greatly. You will know who you are, and if you find yourself avoiding and staying at home, being solitary, listening to music, sleeping, napping, doing projects at home, you are one of them in March where this is relevant. March can be hilly. I'm not going to say roller coaster. I'm going to say it's got its challenges, and March is to have you on your toes, to get you thinking, to have you using your intuition, to be mighty quick with answering things, believing things, knowing things, studying things, having things, doing things, listening to your inner guidance. It's as if you have things thrown at you and you need to catch each one and know what to do with them. It's pretty darn cool. March is a faster energy. It's a light energy. It's a fun energy. And there is also peace. And I hope you enjoy your March. I'm going to go into April now and we'll see. You know, when I go into April, I got the slob. I got sloppy. I got messy and dirty and weird, and things tangle a little bit and get strange, and you're allowed during this time to not know. You could be feeling foolish. You could do something foolish. You could say something foolish. Things could turn out not the way you want. They could feel a little slippery and slidey and mucky. It's okay. Let's see what this is about. What's the opportunity for this mushy, messy, sloppy energy? You're releasing during this time, and it's the time of not knowing. It's the time of your having faith and surrendering and believing that you're in a place basically of the unknown, that you don't have to know, and place yourself in that unknown and be there. It is okay. It's quite messy. April is weird, quite weird. And I laugh when I go into that energy because I see a lot of people stupefied. What the, huh? And there's just the big question mark around a lot of people. And faith and the support of the collective, your friends, the community, your congregation, whoever it might be, is what gets you through this. It's fabulous. Kind of funny as well when I go in. You might not like it, but when I go in, I see it as test of faith and the opportunity for people to know that they're okay despite being in the gray area. And the message is you don't have to know. Wait, watch, listen. That's April. Let's do May. Going in, I see a much higher energy, a very joyous, happy time. Many, many people will feel they've accomplished what they set out to do. I see there are awards. I see many, many people feel very high. They feel light, supreme. There's a lot of closure for some. I'm done. I've had it. It's over. This is great. For some, there is confusion and they don't quite know exactly how they're going to handle certain things, but they're glad that the opportunity is before them. They're being faced with what's next. What do I do? And that's also fabulous. Fabulous. Ask for help during this time if you don't know. There are many people who preach. There are people who guide. There are mentors. There are so many that lead and talk and teach and mentor and pick their brain and find out where to go during this time if you are confused and don't know what to do. May's topsy-turvy in that it seems there's closure for some, and for others, they get maybe stuck and confused, and they're going to be working their way out of that. A little bit of like the trenches for some and high for other. That is May. I'm going into June. I see sweet and purring and soft and cute. Some people adopt pets, others children, others are in nature, others go to a forest. Some people complete projects. Other people, they're zipping around the corner and they find friends. Some are in solitude. This is a very different energy for many different people, yet it's all very purposeful and smooth. Again, there's a lot of accomplishment during this time. It feels very holy to me. June, very, very holy. Talk to your children if you have any. Talk to relatives during this time. Make friends with people if you've wanted to. Reestablish relationships with ones you've lost touch with. Great time. It feels sweet and beautiful. Some might take trips. Some go to an ocean. Some go to a lake. Some go to a mountain. Some they travel. They investigate places they haven't been to. There's a lot of curiosity in June. And for those who do not feel well, I got a thready pulse. So there might be some that get sick. There might be some that don't feel well. So during this time, bask in the light of God. This is a time of prayer. It is a time of doing well. It is a time of healing. It is a time of peace. You know who you are in June if you resonate with this. You are surrounded by the oneness, the collective, friends, family, community. Reach out to those who you believe will lend a hand, whether it's an ear or soup or time. And I do see love, so there are others that tie the knot in June. There are others that get together with people. I do see meeting, that this is another time where people will have fresh relationships in romance in June. That is June. Let's do July. Here we go. There's a little bit of doubt in July. Can I do this? Is it possible? I don't know. So I see there's self-reflection and questioning. Questioning ability, questioning worth. Is it possible? Do I know how to do this? Fine. So go with it. If you find that you're tentative about something and you don't know whether it's possible for you to be in it, do it, have it, go inside, use your intuition. You'll know. Trust your guidance. July is introspection. It is believing in self. It is piecing things together. For some of you, it feels very formal and a bit regimented. I don't know where you are or what you do, but it might feel very deciding in that, or definitive. You find out things, crucial events, pivotal, and that makes you glad because you know during this time. Let's see more about July. Swimming. So this is a time of being immersed in life, knowing, peace, moving forward, and going within, going under. So going under that water and immersing yourself is pretty darn cool. I'm glad for you. July is really wild. That's a high spiritual time, July. That's really amazing. Let's do August. You forbid a lot of things in August. I see one big no. 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 And it's that high and mighty you, not ego, the love of self, absolute having integrity, self-preservation. It's fabulous. You don't want certain things. You will not let them in. You won't bother. No shortcuts during this time. There are a lot of people that want to do the short way around something. You need to do your work. You need to walk with something and do things that might not feel comfortable. You know that it's important for you to do this. You know, but you want to get around it. You want to circumvent it. Spirit is suggesting, nah, it's really important to go through it. And you'll know why on the other side. I see people battling other people. They're really pissed. So if you find yourself joining forces with other people and getting into fights and battles, really look deep inside as to whether this is for your highest good, the highest good of all, whether you got tricked into it, whether you're colluding, whether it's just your basic discontent and you're taking it out on other. Whatever the case, it feels like it's nonsense and you need to work through your issues if you don't feel comfortable with yourself in any which way, shape, or form. And if you have judgment, stop. Period. That's it for August. Going into September, going in, there is love, and it feels sweet, and there is a lot of heart, and I do feel forward movement. I see children, I see adults going to where they need to go. I see shifting and movement. Some people might be told they have to go somewhere. Go in with your heart and see whether you need to go there, whether you have no choice, whether you have to, whether it's a good thing to do. And if you sense that you must, then you gracefully accept and do so. September, I see children. I see there are children around, and if you have kids, if you take care of kids, if you know children or grandchildren, neighbors, the kids, I see, watch them and learn from them. They are our helpers. They are also our leaders of the future, and we need them. Watch how you talk to them, listen to them, speak to them well, treat them well, love them. September, I see for some, you're peeling away the layers. You're really getting down and dirty about yourself. What have I not done? What do I need to do to heal? What do I want to do? What's left on my bucket list? Some have fear, like I haven't done this. How could I have missed this? Be nice to yourself. Be gracious to yourself. You're doing the best you can. You're human. Give yourself a break. Give yourself latitude. If you identify there are things that you haven't done, be at peace with that. It's okay. It's okay. And there are many of you that come to the conclusion that you were doing other things. You were distracted. You got involved in things that were not so great, And now you return to seeing that you need to take care of what's been right in front of you all along. That is September. Going into October. Let's see. I see experimentation now. I see a lot of people going out and trying things and having a ball. Might not last for that long. They don't know, but I see people cheering themselves that they've gotten out, that they've tried, and that they're having a blast. So even if it falls on itself, like it just doesn't work out, laugh. Praise yourself that you gave it a whirl, that you tried. It's very important for you to do that. Very important. You're a holy master, and you can achieve these things. And the achievement also comes in the way of trying and attempting and having a crack at it. It's not, did you accomplish it? It's, did you try? Did you give it a whirl? Did you move out of your comfort zone? How did it feel? What did you learn? And if you, in fact, accomplish something, great. Let's see more about October. I see divine feeling, the clairsentience being really acute, that a lot of people are going to be coming into their divine feeling. They're going to be sensing things very well. So keep that in mind for October. A lot of you, yeah, I feel it. Ooh, I've got chills. Or I feel a breeze over me, or I'm numb, or my heart is swelling. I feel warmth there, tingling. That's clairsentience, divine feeling, and that's spirit that's coming in to validate what is truth. Follow your sense of clairsentience. You are being guided very well. I see for some of you, you conclude, it's true. It's true. And that gives people hope. They become buoyant, and there's more of a relax, and people, when they realize that something is in fact so. October is emotional, and folks show who they truly are during this time. They are exposing themselves with warmth and love. That is October. Let's do November. Oh, people are getting together. They're socializing. People are having tea, coffee, donuts. They're meeting with friends. They're going out, going in public, going to different events. And it's a lot of laughter. November is different from the other months. It happens all of a sudden. It almost feels like a light turns on. People find themselves in the midst of others. And they might not have wanted to, or they might not have thought they would have, but then they might accept an invitation at the last minute, and they find themselves there. It's like that. And you'll be glad you did. November is like, I'm shook. Really? And there's bonding and fun. And it's like a party. November is really, truly, sheerly wonderful. It feels so love, heart. I see people kissing. I see people hugging. I see a lot of hand-holding and laughter. And it's a delightful time. It's of peace and remembering that you are not alone, that you have friends, that you've been invited places, you're taking advantage of activities, and you're finding yourself amidst others who are like-minded. That's November. Let's do December to round off 2024. Going in. I see for next December, I see, what is this? How could it be? What? And there's a whole lot of shift, and people are not sure if it's really happened, and they're sitting there going, I don't know. I can't believe it. I don't know. And it's a little bit confusing, and it's very sunny. I see sun, yet I see, it's almost like an anatomically incorrect doll. Like I don't know what's going on. And you sit there and you're quite pensive. You are in thought, and that is fine. And it's kind of like a delicate energy, a delicate time. Treat yourself well. I see you holding back and not knowing and sitting back a little bit. I don't see anyone thwarting you. I see you're kind of being a little bit self-protective because you're in this place of what? And that's okay. It's a little bit of a rest. And don't let your mind get to you. Don't overthink and don't worry. Don't panic. It's, And later on, you'll laugh. For sure, you will be laughing. It's quite a good time in that you don't have to know. And that was one of the other months. I'm in channel, so I don't remember which month it is. But again, you don't have to know. You can piece it together bit by bit as it comes. And in the meantime, observe, watch, enjoy. But I do see peace. There's nothing, it's not a but, it's an and. And I do see peace. It's full of laughter, a little bit of joy there. And you were happy that you observed. You were happy you didn't get involved or come up with conclusions where you didn't have enough information. So that is the first video that I have done of a monthly, yearly prediction. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. I had a feeling that I was to do this. And I will see you again. I'm making monthly love readings, monthly energies readings, and I've done the yearly. So we'll see what more happens. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And please offer requests of what you'd like for me to do. I watch my views go up and down with YouTube. They play with viewer numbers, and I find it fascinating. So I'm not doing the number of videos I used to do because there's some manipulation. We'll keep it at that. You take care, and thank you for following me this past year and years before, and there will be years to come. Thank you in advance. Take care, y'all.